Hey everyone, this is Randy from BibleBuyingGuide.com. Today I'm taking a look at the NASB Pew and Worship Bible from Zondervan. This is a hardcover edition. It's available in blue and black. I've got the black, and the black is shiny, has silver printing, white edges, and this thing is made in India, and it matches very closely to the preaching Bible, so that we have a matching pair. Let's see what we got. We have the NASB 1995 edition, 9-point font, black letter, designed by 2K Denmark. This is a double column verse by verse, so that it's easy to find verses you're looking for. Good close up there. 39 GSM paper. Now, it's thicker paper than the Premier Collection, which is 36, but this is not as high quality of paper. Thickness doesn't necessarily mean higher quality. But we have, let's see what we got here. Smythe sewn, stays open, no trouble at all. The paper itself has a little bit of a rough texture that it's easy to pick up and grab, to separate. I like to separate my pages with my fingers. So if I like to grab them by the edge, and if I have more than one page, I like to separate them by rubbing them together like that. So if I can, I grab them by the edge. But anyway, we have bold verse numbers for the paragraphs. And then we have poetic setting. There's our poetry. It does seem to go down into the gutter a little bit more than I like. That's because the spine stays flat when it's opened. I like that when it rises up. I don't know if that's better or not technically, but I do like that when it rises up. And this is a true 9-point. So if you look at it on a scale, it actually is going to be a 9-point. There's an E right there. 9-point. Not sure how well that came across, but so poetic setting. And then we have in the New Testament, one of my favorite features. Also, we have large all caps for the section headings. Verses are indented, so they're really easy to find. But anytime we have in the New Testament a quote from the Old Testament, they're in all caps. So that is really easy to see, easy to spot. It does include the reduced set of translators' footnotes that Zondervan uses. This is standard in all the Zondervan NASBs. Across the top, we've got our page number closer to the inside, a little bit of a design, and then the book name, chapter and verse number. And then in the very back, second, we'll compare to the Preacher's Bible. It is not identical to the Preacher's Bible, which is interesting. Book start on a new page. So you do have a little bit of space there if someone wants to take notes. This is good paper for highlighting. Really good for the pulpit if you wanted to carry a cheaper Bible. And it's really good for the pew, especially good for the pew. So in the back we have Miracles of Jesus, Parables of Jesus, several tables that we can look through and study. There are no other study tools or materials, so that helps in a little bit of study. And then we have perspectives from the Bible. This is sort of a topical list with the topic and then gives you some references. And then we have prayers of the Bible, promises from the Bible, and then page for notes. It says thin line in the front. This is the same Bible as the thin line, so it just has thicker paper. So if you imagine this with a lot thinner paper, I don't know what the thickness of the paper is for the thin line, but they match also. So there's multiple ways for this Bible to match. Let's take a look at its overall size. We have 8 3/4 by 5 3/4 by almost 1.5, just under 1.5. And we'll see how much he weighs. 1 pound, 13.5 ounces. Now let's see how it compares to the Preaching Bible. The Preaching Bible is from the Premier Collection, also by Zondervan. Preacher's Bible. I call this one the Preaching Bible. It's actually the Preacher's Bible. And there's their footprint, how they compare. And we will take a look at the pages. Pages are not exactly the same, which is interesting. So page number 600. I find this interesting. .600. So they start and end with the same word. We'll zoom so you can see this a little bit better. So they start and end with the same word. So this starts with when, ends with laughter, ends with laughter. But as you can see here, it doesn't have the same word count per line. This has about 8 words per line. So this one ends with do not. That one ends with do not be late. So that has 2 more words per line than this one does, which should make it seem difficult, in my opinion, to make them exactly the same on every single page, but they've done it. Every single page starts and ends with the same word. The layout is so close that you can tell someone about halfway down the page, or if you wanted to. Really neat. So there's a quick look at the NASB Pew and Worship Bible, and then it matches the Preacher's Bible, and then this is the exact same thing as the thin line. Zondervan did provide this in exchange for an honest review. I will post links in the notes where you can make a purchase and see the written review with more detail. Thanks.